Hey, what's up, guys? It's Peter Voogd, author of the best-selling book, 6 Months to Six Figures, and founder of the Game Changers Academy. And I want to thank you sincerely, first of all, for subscribing to my YouTube channel or listening to my podcast. If you're listening to this on the YEL 2.0, I appreciate you guys. We are always trying to innovate and bring you guys the best, most comprehensive, tactical, and relevant value out, because there's a lot of fluff and BS, as you guys know. So the topic today is going to be how to stay motivated and how to maximize your energy as an entrepreneur and as a human being. I just did a rant on my Instagram a couple days ago about energy, and I got a lot of people reaching out, and just 2 people within the last 5 or 6 hours wanted me to do a video on how I stay motivated. So I decided to take this time, put it in my schedule to record this video for you guys, off the cuff, no script, just from the heart, on how I've been able to stay motivated and passionate. And of course, I'm not like this all the time, but this is from a lot of years of research and study and being around some elite performers. Also, I've interviewed a lot of top-notch entertainers and athletes and CEOs and entrepreneurs and speakers, and I've taken a combination of things and figured out what worked for me. So I'm going to share that with you guys. Now, these aren't right or wrong. I just want to share what worked for me, and hopefully you get some value from this. But once again, I want to thank you for watching this video or listening to this on my podcast. I sincerely appreciate you. We will continue to bring you guys consistent value and based on what you need. So let me know in the comments if you want to see or hear anything else from me video-wise. So here's what you have to realize. 1, you're not always going to be motivated. This was a hard fact for me because I'm hard on myself. I have anxiety and I put pressure on myself to always be creating and producing. And I feel like if I'm not producing, someone's passed me up. That's not a healthy way to live. I'm not saying to do that, and I don't wish that on anybody. But when I started realizing that I'm not always motivated, and I told myself this feeling will pass and I will be motivated again. So the first thing you have to realize is you won't always be in the zone. You have to figure out when you're in the zone the most, what time of day, what time of week, and put your most important tasks at that time. But for me, so for example, this morning I wasn't fully in the zone like I usually am, so I had to interrupt my thought patterns and my routine, which I'll get to, but I told myself I'll be in the zone again. So I'm not hard on myself. I just realized that I will be motivated again, and you have to tell yourself the same thing, okay? So there's mental and there's physical aspect of being motivated, being energized, and being in the zone, okay? There's mental and physical, and you have to do both if you want to be at your peak performance. So for me, I think it all stems from having clarity and having strong, compelling, dynamic reasons of why you're doing what you're doing. The minute someone loses their reasons and loses their inner drive of why they're doing what they're doing, it's a lot easier subconsciously to settle. So for me, I'm always motivated most of the time, like I said, not always, because I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I have my reasons at the forefront of my mind. I have my reasons. I have, it's in my binder somewhere, but I had it in here. Oh, it's right here. So I have these that I put all my, this is my 2015 reasons I found. I have these every single year. Obviously, I have my 2018 ones. But I look at those all the time, and I let my vision and my reasons guide me, not my current circumstances, okay? So make sure you have your strong reasons down. 2, when I'm frustrated, when I'm not in the zone, when I'm feeling discouraged or out of my element, I always get grateful. This has been helping just the last couple months. So if I feel like I have anxiety, I shift my mental state to what I'm grateful for, to being healthy, to being able to do what I love, being able to be an entrepreneur, having freedom, my amazing wife and my family. I call my dad or my mom. And sometimes I help someone worse off than me, or I think about people that are struggling right now and really trying to get to that next level like I was. I was dead broke, frustrated, discouraged, and I'll never forget that feeling. So I think about people that are in that spot, and I get outside of myself and I go try to help somebody. Don't underestimate the importance of making someone's day. If you're struggling and you see someone in a worse position and you make their day, it's impossible to continue to struggle. You're going to be motivated. So second thing is just be grateful. Be grateful for where you are, good or bad. If I didn't have those moments of struggle when I was broke and discouraged and pissed off, then I would not be as hungry as I am now. Okay, so remember those reasons and get really, really grateful. For me, I've never been big on meditation. and deep breaths. But my mind's been going so crazy the last couple years just with trying to creating the academy, writing my book, the mixtape, speaking, helping people. I do a lot of different things. And I have so much passion to, I feel, give to the world. It can be overwhelming. So meditating, deep breaths, relaxation is really important. There's an app called Headspace that you should check out that I've done for the last 2 years, and it's really helped me. There's also an app on my iWatch that literally every couple hours it tells me to breathe, and it like does a 60-second exercise. Sounds funny, but once again, this might not be relevant for you. I'm just telling you what works for me. If you're the high intense type of person, this might work. And if you're maybe the introvert, maybe it doesn't work for you, but my goal is to just give you 1 or 2 things that help you. And maybe if they don't, you can comment below what you do to stay motivated to help people as well. So I get outside myself and I try to focus on someone else. Next, I meditate and I kind of interrupt my pattern. So this morning when I was not in the zone, sometimes routines are good, but sometimes it's important to interrupt those routines. So I had my routine this morning. I got up early, I worked out, and I just found myself a little lethargic, not in the zone. I totally interrupted my thought pattern. I was not focused. I went for a quick run, I shot some hoops, and I jumped in my pool. And totally I listened to some different music, and this was at like 9:30 in the morning when I'm usually working in the grind. I took a break for 30 minutes, and it totally shifted my mindset. Sometimes it's good to interrupt your thought patterns and do something different. So make a phone call, work out, shoot some hoops, just do something different. Watch a YouTube video, whatever it is for you, do something different, and then go back to what you're doing. Okay? Now, energy-wise, I'm going to talk about 3 things that kill your energy to where you're not going to be motivated if these things are happening. All right? So for me, you have to admit you're not always going to be motivated. You're not always going to be focused. 2, shift to gratitude. Take some meditation. Make sure you have strong reasons. Interrupt your pattern. And then here's the key. Make sure you're focused on these things. 1, energy drainers are what cause people to settle and to not reach for new heights and to validate their average results versus push for excellent ones. The first thing is making sure that you do things that you actually are good at, that you love, that are playing to your strengths. If you're working on things you hate, if you're doing things you're not good at, if you're focusing on your weaknesses, if you're at a job you don't like, if you can't stand your boss, it's really hard to get past that. And I'm not saying that you can't be motivated, but I understand that's tough. So you have to make sure you're mastering your craft. You're getting good at something. You're playing to your strengths, because if someone can do something 80% as good as you, delegate it. One of the reasons that I'm more motivated than I ever have been, and I wasn't a couple years ago, was because my team is doing everything I'm not good at, and they love doing that. For example, I have an editing team, a copywriting team. I have people that do my podcast. And if I had to do all those things, I wouldn't be motivated. I had something called Superman syndrome where I was doing everything on my own. And that causes you, here's the scary thing, to actually get burnt out and start not liking the things that you're actually good at. So when you do everything on your own, you actually start resenting things that you used to love because you have to do it against your will and you have to do everything else, so it makes it not enjoyable. So focus on doing things that you're good at, things that you can master, and things that are going to keep you fascinated and engaged the next 1, 3, 5, 10 years. All right? That's the first thing that kills energy. Second thing is watching what you put in your body. The wrong food kills energy. So pay attention. Food should give you vitality. Food should energize you and nourish your body, not take it away. So this is an ultimate competitive advantage in entrepreneurship and in life, is eating food. Don't get so obsessed with instant pleasure. Don't get so obsessed with eating things that taste good right now. Focus on how you feel afterward. Focus on giving your body things that nourish you, that give you vitality, and not take it away. Nothing tastes as good as health feels. Now, being healthy is a very uncomfortable topic for unhealthy people, right? Most people wait till they're unhealthy to focus on their health. Don't do that. Don't wait till you're unhealthy. Health and what you put in your body is a huge part of energy and motivation. A lot of people, it's how you do anything, it's how you do everything. If you cut corners in your health, it's easier to cut corners in your business, and it's easier to cut corners in your relationship. Don't half-ass any of those. Be world-class in every area because they affect every other area. Got it? So the reality is, make sure you don't cut corners in your health. And like I said, most people wait till it's too late. Don't do that. Okay, health is a very important part of success in entrepreneurship. But you see people that are unhealthy, usually they're also lethargic and a little bit lazy. Don't be like most people. Third thing that kills energy is pleasing people. Trying to fit in society's expectations, your parents' expectations, your peer group's expectations. Drop the need to be liked. If you really want the extraordinary life and you want to feel vibrant and amazing, stop pleasing other people. Put the video on YouTube that you're nervous to put on YouTube. Post the picture. I challenge you in the next 24 hours. Do something that makes you a little bit nervous and maybe you felt like you'd be judged, or you're not posting it because what your family thinks or what social media thinks or what your boyfriend or girlfriend thinks. I challenge you to do one thing in the next 24 hours that challenges you, that maybe gets you a little uncomfortable, but helps you not fear people. Okay, that's a big energy drain. People that fear what others think, people that try and please people, they always don't have energy because they're constantly trying to keep up with the self-identity someone else created for them, not themselves. That's an energy drain. So I dropped the need to be liked. It was hard to do, but now realize that someone else's expectation of you, or if someone judges, first of all, people are going to judge you anyways. You might as well be who you want to be. But people that are judging you, hating on you, whatever, it's usually a reflection of their own insecurities, and realize that their opinions don't pay your bills. They're not accurate. You literally don't let other people affect your identity. You need to create your identity, and how you create your identity and how you create your self-confidence is just keeping promises to yourself. Keeping promises to yourself. One thing I want you to understand when it comes to being motivated and energy is, think about a power plant. A power plant doesn't have energy. It creates it. It generates energy. So you don't have energy naturally. You create it by what you focus on, by what you put in your mind, by what you put in your body, by who you're around. And the last thing I'll talk about, let me talk about this. For me, I try to prevent lack of motivation before it comes up. So here's the deal. If you don't have a plan to interrupt your interruptions, your plans will always be interrupted. So what I mean by that is, if you don't have a plan to interrupt the things that kill your energy, you'll always do things that kill your energy. So for me, try to create things to do so you don't have energy issues. So for me, I have a great morning routine. I get up and I make sure I'm focused. And the whole purpose of a morning routine is to get in the right state of mind and to plan out your day, to figure out what your toughest tasks are, and you have clarity on what you're doing that day. Okay, and you sell yourself on it. So anything I take on, I sell myself on it, right? I didn't feel like doing this video. I have a lot of other stuff to do, but I sold myself on the importance of this video for you, because a lot of people are dealing with the same issue of how to stay consistent, how to stay motivated. And that's the only way to get to your best self and to contribute to the world, and to not just make money, create freedom, but build a legacy, is by being motivated and knowing who you are, right? So me, morning routine, eating super healthy, and making sure that I create a prevention plan for all my distractions. What's killed your momentum in the past? That's my question to you. Think about what's killed your momentum. You're doing well, you're going along, you're building momentum. What kills it? You have to have a plan to interrupt that interruption. If getting distracted by your phone kills it, don't have your phone when you're working. If notifications kills it, turn all your notifications off. If where you're working, your environment kills it because people are interrupting you, change environments. Get a plan to interrupt your interruptions, okay? That's a huge key. So really, that's it. And I also, one last thing, I have a routine for when I'm not in the zone. So I tried to give you everything I could that I do when I'm not in the zone. Let me add interrupting your thought patterns. Let me add that I sometimes listen to my favorite song. There's some songs that get me energized and juiced and excited, and I can instantly shift to back in the zone, right? So you have to have a routine to where right when you get out of the zone, right when you're not motivated, if you have to get things done, your job as an entrepreneur is to produce results in your business and in your life for the people around you, whether you feel like it or not. So what is your routine? Right when you're out of the zone, create a list of 4 or 5 things you're gonna do to get yourself back in the zone. Call your mentor, listen to your favorite song, do some push-ups, work out, shoot some hoops, focus on your reasons, get grateful. I don't know what they are for you, but you have to have a routine to get you back in the zone. And when you're not in the zone, admit to yourself you will be back in the zone soon. Don't be too hard on yourself. So that's all I got. I appreciate it. Hope you guys got some value. And here's my challenge. I want to hear from you guys. I'm going to be in the comments. Let me know one thing you do to stay motivated. One thing you do to stay motivated. I'm going to be picking a winner. I'm going to pick 1 or 2 winners to give you a free signed copy of my book, 6 Months to 6 Figures, for the best comment. So just comment below, what do you do to stay motivated? And hopefully someone else can get some value from you and this video as well. So thanks again, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day and night, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.